have our bets for SummerSlam.
What is the bet?
What will be the bet?
The loser has to fuck a Georgia Gold chicken. Will Carmella cash in? If she does, will she win?
You gonna start? Do you want me to start? I'll start. Hey guys, my name is Botch Mascara here, and this is my friend William. Boy oh boy, this is, well, let me first say, you are watching Black Lodge Wrestling before we start anything else. Black Lodge Wrestling, which you should watch every single week here on this channel. Anyway, we had a amazing weekend with SummerSlam on Sunday, and boy oh boy was it a match to remember. Wasn't it? Isn't that true? Well, we had one of the best matches. We had Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. The strongmen. I'm happy with what happened. Really? You okay? You okay?
Yeah.
Do you want to reshoot that?
No, you did a fine job.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Alright. Well, keep talking
No,
about
let's just move on. How about that?
Okay.
I don't want to be here all day. So let's start off by talking about the kickoff show real quick. We started off with Jason Jordan and the Hardys versus The Miz and The Miztourage. To be quite frank with you, I didn't watch this match, but that was okay because neither did anyone who paid to be there in attendance. This was pretty much an empty arena match. Nevertheless, The Miz won, pinning Jason Jordan. Now we move on to the Cruiserweight Championship.
Were you happy or satisfied with the Cruiserweight?
Yeah. I mean, it just seemed pointless. Like, why did Neville lose in the first place? He had a good thing going on with the title, and it just seemed pointless for him to hit the brick wall and then start again. Probably one of the matches of the night, the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Great match, hell of a match. The Usos won. As far as kickoff matches go, this might be the best one I've ever seen. That may not be saying much, but it's the truth. It's damn true. So after that amazing SmackDown Tag Team titles match, we had the real show, SummerSlam.
So we start SummerSlam with Jonathan Cena
Against Jonathan Corbin. This is where SummerSlam started to
Dwindle.
I mean, technically, this is where SummerSlam started. Let's just talk about the match for a little bit. It was a very boring match. It was just Corbin trash talking to the audience the whole time.
That'll get your heart pumping.
I think the key word here, the buzzword, if you will,
I don't know.
is by the numbers.
What was surprising to me is I was expecting him to at least kick out of one AA because everyone kicks out of an AA. That's how you know he's in the doghouse, when he can't even kick out of one AA. But what if? The SmackDown Women's title, Carmella really let me down in this one. So we both picked Naomi to win, and Natalya win in a very surprising fashion, without Carmella even cashing in.
Where is she? Thank God she didn't cash in.
Yeah, this was a solid match.
It was a good match.
It was a good match.
It was just okay. Nothing.
There wasn't nothing. It wasn't mind blowing.
Yeah.
But it's probably the better match out of the first. I want to say 4 matches.
Yeah.
Man, this was a long opening hour for SummerSlam. Big Cass versus Big Show, with Enzo Amore in a shark cage. He came out, he cut a promo, and he said some stuff about stuff. He talked about Brooklyn, I think.
He said Brooklyn at least 10 times.
Well, that's how you get a pop. The story going into this match was that the Big Show had a broken hand.
Yeah.
So he couldn't do his finisher, the knockout punch. And yeah, I mean,
for
they set that story up.
Yeah.
And that's the story that they told and stuck to it, but it was kind of, I wasn't really into it, to be honest.
No, it fell completely flat. But
wow, was that a jab at Big Show? He's been losing weight, you know.
Oh no. But I kind of enjoyed Big Show's performance. Big Cass' performance was good too, but the story was shit. And what they did with Enzo was shit.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on this one. I pop big for Enzo Amore stripping down to his trousers.
No.
And
That was fine. That was sort of Enzo's character.
Yeah.
And even I was like, all right, this is. But he got kicked in the face, and he didn't move ever again.
Oh yeah, but that's every week.
So I don't know. No,
At least he had that one moment.
no love for Enzo here, and I don't know. He's on par with Baron Corbin right now.
He's on 205 Live now, I think.
Ooh. So Orton versus Rusev, that was like a 10-second match.
The brawl before the match was longer than the actual match.
Yeah.
Orton won with his patented RKO out of nowhere, and that's it for Rusev.
Although that was the best RKO I've ever seen in my life. Rusev really played well with that RKO. Overall, I do not agree. I think Rusev deserves more. At least 3 minutes more.
The Raw Women's title, we both picked Sasha to win this one, and lo and behold, Sasha won.
That was to be expected. No, actually, it wasn't.
No, that was kind of up in the air.
Yeah, it was up in the air.
Up until this point, all the matches have ranged from kind of bad to slightly above average.
To this point, we haven't had any great, amazing 10 out of 10 matches.
But congratulations, Sasha. The story here is that she broke the Brooklyn curse. She lost last year to Charlotte. She lost to Bayley at the NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. And the curse has finally been lifted. Balor versus Wyatt. Balor with his demon entrance. That was spooky. That was the highlight of the match. And then, it was a fine match, but it was just the rematch of what we saw on Monday.
All right, yeah, but here's the deal with that. I'm gonna blame Bray Wyatt, but I don't fault him. I think it's just the booking and how they're handling his character. So the story goes, Bray Wyatt was outspooked
By
Finn Balor.
the demon Finn Balor.
Yeah. And I think Finn Balor carried the match.
I wouldn't say he carried it.
Everybody was cheering. And like, there's something endearing about, well, not endearing, but you can get pumped up by just seeing Finn Balor, let alone Finn Balor, Demon, and Bray Wyatt was bringing nothing to the match. So that made it just an okay match.
Fair enough. The Raw Tag Team title match. This is, we're about an hour and a half maybe into the show. Maybe 2 hours, I don't know.
Kill me already.
This is where it finally started getting to pay-per-view level quality, great stuff. This was a great match.
Yeah.
I love the chemistry they have going on. Cesaro with probably the best spot of the entire week when he, at one point the audience started playing with the beach ball.
Oh.
Somehow it got down to the first couple of rows and Cesaro just ran over to get the ball and just ripped it apart.
All right, thank you, Cesaro, for that. I think, yeah, Sheamus and Cesaro, they did great, and Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose did amazing. Wonderful match. Loved it. 10 out of 10.
U.S. title, AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens with special guest referee Shane McMahon. Going into this match, I was kind of sour that this was a special guest referee match. I thought it would take some of the spotlight away from AJ and Kevin Owens, but I don't think it took too much away from the match. I think it added something to the match.
Yeah, it was well distributed with like each spotlight.
Shane played a part in the story of the match, but it didn't take away from the great wrestling that was going on between Kevin Owens and AJ Styles.
But by this point, SummerSlam, I think I saw everything I needed to see from AJ and Kevin Owens. This is like the bajillionth time we've seen them fight, and by the end of this match, I was happy with what happened, and I was like, all right, this is done. AJ and Kevin, that's all I need to see, and I want to see...
I'm sure we'll never see them again.
And I'm sure we'll never see them again, and I want to see AJ with someone else, and I want to see Kevin Owens with someone else, and hopefully...
That's exactly what happened in SmackDown. WWE title, Shinsuke Nakamura versus the prestigious champ, the reigning defending champ Jinder Mahal, comes out with the Singh brothers, and I wonder if they're going to interfere and somehow cost the match to Shinsuke. Have they ever done that before?
You know what? That was a pretty crappy match. I didn't like it.
It started off kind of amusing. I wouldn't say it had my full attention or that it was blowing me away, but they were like trading taunts and faces, and Shinsuke was doing like the kama, and then Jinder did like the koma thing back at him. But then it got into a very slow groove, very slow pace. But then the Singh brothers interfered, and that's where I thought, oh man, this is gonna pick up. This is where the match is finally gonna start. This is Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura finally. Singh brothers interfere, Kinshasa to the both of them. Jinder Mahal from behind, Colossal. Okay, 1, 2, and here comes Shinsuke with the kick out. Oh no, wait, 3. That's how it ends.
I didn't like it.
Universal title, Brock Lesnar defending reigning beast. Eat, pray,
love.
Eat, pray, love. What's the motto? Versus Braun Strowman, crowd favorite Samoa Joe. I think he was people were loving him.
What?
Everyone was doing the Joe thing.
What about Braun? I think Braun was crowd favorite.
Yeah, but that's when
favorite.
when the match started. When Braun was doing all the cool stuff,
yeah,
they shifted into loving Braun. But when it started, they were all behind Joe.
Oh, okay.
And super crowd favorite Roman Reigns. Everyone loves this man. So the match starts, and they all start brawling, and the match immediately turns into chaos as Braun is just
On fire.
On fire.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to take out Brock Lesnar. Chairs thrown, though not those small chairs, one of the bulky office chairs.
Yeah, the ones that have padding.
Braun puts Brock through 2 commentators' tables, but there's a third one. What's he going to do with that? He's going to put him through it? No. He lifts the commentator's table and just turns and flips it all over Brock, and there goes Brock. Medical attention comes in. They try to help him. They lift him. They carry him out in a stretcher. That's it for Brock. Braun continued to steal the show. Spears, Superman punches. I can't even count how many Superman punches there were. False finishes, sleeper holds from Samoa Joe. Just absolute disaster and chaos, and everything full-blooded steroid-using male like myself to use.
It was an amazing match.
It brought the pay-per-view from being average to being memorable.
And of course, Brock Lesnar pins Roman Reigns. So I think if Brock Lesnar was going to win, he had to pin Roman Reigns. So I'm glad that they didn't pin Samoa Joe or Braun Strowman. That's the only thing I did not want. And I like Roman Reigns a lot, but of course he can survive this.
Before we move on to Raw, I want to do a quick takeover review. It was amazing. Check it out. Alright, now Raw was live from the Barclays Center again. All shows this week were live from there. Those Brooklynites undeserving pieces of shits. So this Raw was the definition of the word meh. But you wouldn't know it from this start. It started off real hot with Paul Heyman coming out and celebrating with Brock Lesnar their very unexpected or very unlikely victory at SummerSlam against all odds. But not before long, Braun came out and meant a few words. I thought he was going to cut a promo, but he got straight to the action and just delivered a brutal power slam to Brock Lesnar in the middle of the ring. This, of course, kicks off an amazing rivalry that we can all look forward to between Brock and Braun. The thing I like about Braun is that he genuinely makes Brock look like a bitch.
Oh.
Possibly the only man in that roster who has that power, who has been built to that level. They booked the match for No Mercy, which is happening at the Staples Center, and that's gonna be
oh, dude, that's in LA. That's like really close to us.
Yeah, that's gonna be real nice to watch live. I will be live there, maybe recording some vlogs for the channel or something.
Are we going together?
Oh,
we usually go together to shows like that.
Yeah, no, it's just I'm going with a friend, and he invited me.
What?
It wasn't like my idea. He invited me, and I didn't feel right like asking him to bring someone else.
Who's going?
It's Jerry.
Jerry. We usually hang out, us 3 together. Why can I not go? I love Jerry, dude.
Yeah, no.
Jerry's cool. Am I not cool?
I didn't say anything about, it's not always about you.
So what's the reason? Why can't I go?
There's very limited seating, and it was like he called me on a whim, like
Jerry,
like, hey, maybe you'd like to go. I said, yeah, I have nothing else to do, so.
What about Casey? What about me?
I think he tried calling you maybe.
Jerry.
Your phone wasn't working.
Jerry over me? Fuck you for not inviting me. Jerry?
Can we talk about this later? Can we just talk about
Jerry.
the stupid show?
Jerry over me.
I don't want to be here all fucking day. Can
Alright,
just talk about the show.
Here, talk. Talk your talk. Jerry.
Get off.
Dude, if you guys knew Jerry,
just shut up.
He's a little bitch.
Just shut up.
He's a little bitch.
Just shut up about it.
Doesn't even know what WWE is.
You talk your mouth about Jerry all day, but you barely say a word when you talk about this fucking shows. I have to carry the whole thing. Piece of shit.
Alright, I'm out.
Wait, Casey. Next up, we had Enzo Amore versus Big Cass in a so-called Brooklyn street match. You wouldn't know it from just watching the match. There wasn't much street fighting going on. It was a pretty straightforward squash match for in Cass's favor, up until the point where Enzo is resting on one of the ropes and Cass tries to go for a big boot or some kind of move. Enzo pulls down the rope and Cass ends up going over the top rope, and he lands pretty awkwardly on his knee. I didn't notice it at first, how awkwardly he landed. So it was kind of weird when he tried to go for his Empire Elbow, but he kind of collapsed on his leg, and they ended the match there because Cass was no longer able to continue. So what do you know it? Enzo actually ended up winning one. Sadly, it had to be under these certain circumstances, and here's hoping for a speedy recovery for Cass.
Yeah, or maybe Cass just didn't feel like fighting his friend anymore. His ex-friend. Maybe he faked an injury to just, calm the waters.
Earlier on Monday, there was a video on WWE.com where Kurt Angle was teasing a surprise superstar appearing on Raw. Who was this superstar? None other than John Cena. From all the possibilities, an NXT call-up, a returning superstar, not one that works for the company and that has been advertised as being a free agent for the last couple of months. Could have made his debut here, but no, this is John Cena, the huge surprise. John Cena says that he's there to face one man and one man only. That's the only reason he wants to be in Raw. It's because he wants to be one-on-one with Roman Reigns. Roman comes out and Cena says, just exactly the man I wanted to see. And Roman said something like, oh, the only time you ever want to see me is when you're running your mouth off on Twitter. And it was like some high school kid wrote this dialogue.
Yeah. I don't care.
Roman Reigns and Cena are getting about ready to fight right there and then. They're not waiting for a major pay-per-view. They're having that. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have that match right there and then on free TV. Oh no, wait, The Miz comes out. And he cuts an amazing promo saying, how come you guys always get these opportunities handed to you? I always have to fight for my moments and I never get them. But these moments just keep coming to you and they never come to me. And the crowd is heavily on Miz's favor. And John Cena says, okay, you want the moment? How about we fight a tag team match, Roman and I against you and another guy. And Samoa Joe ended up being Miz's partner.
Oh, it's kind of a strange combination.
Yeah.
Miz and Samoa Joe? Just didn't expect it.
Yeah, but I think Joe wasn't out there to help Miz, but more so to
stab Roman Reigns.
Yeah, to get in John Cena's face or Roman Reigns. And that's a feud that I'd actually been interested in, Samoa Joe versus John Cena.
Oh, wow, okay.
This segment ended with Cena and Reigns in the middle of the ring while the crowd chants, "You both suck, you both suck."
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did see that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brooklyn. Although you can fuck off with those beach balls.
Yeah.
Backstage, Jason Jordan asks his father, Kurt Angle, Kurt, I don't want any favoritism or anything, but can I get a match with Finn Balor? One of the hottest entertainers in your roster. Kurt says, are you sure?
Oh,
You're a fucking jobber. Are you sure you want that?
No.
And Jason Jordan says, yeah, I'm sure. And the match is booked. Dean and Seth are celebrating in the middle of the ring, and they basically issue an open challenge, not for the titles, but just saying, hey, whoever wants to show up, we'll face you. Out come the Hardy Boys.
They had a nice exchange going through. Of course, the Hardy Boys were saying we revolutionized the tag team, and then Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins like a fanboy.
Fanboy. You guys were my heroes.
You guys were my heroes when I grew up. Are you kidding me? Can I get your autograph?
Yeah. The match was good.
The match was fun.
Yeah.
Of course, the tag team champs won.
You can't have the Hardy Boys take that away from Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins away.
The night right after they won their the titles.
But there was mutual respect on each side. Loved it.
Sheamus and Cesaro watching the match from backstage in that very natural way that people usually watch TV. Sasha comes out to also another celebration. What a brilliant move by Sasha Banks, opening up by saying, "I'm from Boston," in the middle of Brooklyn. She starts talking about Alexa Bliss. She calls her out. Alexa comes out, and Alexa points out the terrible record that Sasha has at retaining her titles. Sasha says, "You know what? Let's have your rematch right here and now." And
everybody gets pumped up.
Alexa says,
"No encores here.
Next week, baby doll." That's how it ends. Jason Jordan versus Finn Balor. We're nearing the end of the show. The crowd is going crazy for. Oh no, wait. It's a beach ball.
Yeah.
Balor wins with the coup de grace.
Of course. What other thing is he gonna do?
This was a fine match. I think it was kind of disrespectful from the crowd to bring out the beach ball on this one.
It's amazing to me that the beach ball has such a
cult following
and such an impact on the viewing experience for a WWE show.
Yeah.
But well, it's a beach ball.
Beach ball mania is running wild, brother.
Beach ball mania, baby. You gave them a shout out.
You see,
it kind of validates that.
Yeah, you keep crediting these people, and they should be shot.
What? Finally, time for the main event. Cena and Roman Reigns versus The Miz and Samoa Joe. Man, the crowd is really hot for the... Oh no, it's a beach ball again. At one point, John Cena is going out for a hot tag. And, oh no, wait, he has to stop to point out the beach ball.
He finds time to...
And he plays along with the crowd when they do the wave. The only actual genuine reaction I think we got from this crowd was when Cena and Joe were in the ring together. I think that's when the crowd really were genuinely interested or invested in what was going on. And I think that's the match that I'd like to see on No Mercy, which I will be attending live on September.
Nobody cares.
The match ends when Miz tries to go for a skull-crushing finale and Cena turns that into an AA. Just one. So that's when you know you're a bit of a jobber. And that's it for Raw.
And we...
Overall, a pretty meh show. SmackDown Live, again live from the Barclays Center. It opens up with AJ Styles celebrating and issuing a US Open challenge. Who's coming out? An exciting new chapter has started for AJ Styles when we finally get week after week of open challenges. AJ Styles facing up against all the amazing competitors that SmackDown Live has to offer. Is it Sami Zayn? Is it the Amazing 10, Ty Dillinger, Chad Gable maybe, Rusev?
Kevin Owens. They brought Kevin Owens. Again. And we see the same match again.
No, this time.
Alright, well,
there's a different special guest referee.
Yeah.
Let me get to that real quick.
Oh, that's so bad. Alright.
Yeah. KO comes out and points out that history repeat itself. Another McMahon has
screwed a Canadian.
Has screwed a legendary Canadian out of a title once again. Shane comes out and calls him a whiny, or AJ calls Kevin a whiny ass little bitch.
Can we have a bitch count here?
It's just one bitch. That was just one bitch the whole show.
I'm saying Attitude Era is coming back, baby. Stronger than ever.
AJ offers to shut up Kevin Owens by letting him accept the open challenge and says we'll have that rematch. And Shane says, okay, but if Kevin Owens loses this one, he won't get to fight AJ Styles for the US title again. This is it. This feud is over. We can't have it anymore. We need something new.
Yep. Well said, Shane.
And Kevin says, all right, but I get to pick a special guest referee this one. And AJ accepts, like the true babyface that he is.
Yeah.
So we have Kevin Owens backstage looking for someone to be his special guest referee. Who is the special someone he chooses?
Sami Zayn, his old rival from NXT. And, well, Sami Zayn is like, oh, I don't know. I was watching a DVD of yours earlier.
Buy it on Best Buy right now.
And you know what? I kind of miss the old days, and I don't even know what we were fighting about. Dude, Kevin Owens is gonna fucking stab you in the back. But he comes to his senses and eventually declines the offer.
Yeah. Aiden English in the middle of the ring, scheduled to go up against someone. But who comes out to interrupt?
Not only to interrupt, but
make a glorious debut.
Bobby Roode. That's who. Don't keep embarrassing yourself in front of the camera if you keep doing that stuff.
Okay. Bobby wins and is interviewed by Renee in the ring, and we got a bit of a babyface-ish Bobby Roode in this one. But I don't know if that's what we're going to get going forward. I think this was just because this was his SmackDown Live debut, and maybe they expected that he would get cheered anyway, so they said, you know what, go on full babyface on this one. We'll smooth you into that heel role that we know you can work so well. And this is really a good move for SmackDown Live. I think they've been very lacking in the heel department. We've got Kevin Owens. He's probably the most entertaining heel, but he's not really a good heel per se.
Oh, and then you got Jinder Mahal.
Who's foreign. Did you know he's foreign?
Oh my god.
And we've got Rusev, who
is foreign also.
And he got RKO'd in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
We have Aiden English, who is not really much of a contender.
No.
Baron Corbin, who hasn't had the greatest week.
Baron who?
So we move from one debut to another. Daniel Bryan is backstage with Chad Gable, and he's talking to him like he's from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Like, hey, buddy. I know you haven't had the greatest time here in SmackDown Live since Jason Jordan left. So he says, well, I got a surprise for you. When I traded Jason Jordan over to Raw, I told Kurt that I had one condition, that he will help me sign one of his former friends. And here he is. And big ass Shelton Benjamin, he's not that big, but in comparison to Chad Gable, he's like the Big Show.
And to Chad Gable, this was
Gable looks like a 5-year-old next to him.
This was Christmas for Chad Gable.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's like he met LeBron James.
Yeah.
Like a 5-year-old kid meeting LeBron James. Yeah. So yeah, it looks like Chad is moving back to the tag team division, and I'm sure Shelton Jordan is very excited about that.
As long as I'm not a permanent tag guy, I'm done with tags. No more tags. So all of that, I'm done with tags.
So before we move on from that, what do you think of Chad sort of going back to tagging? Sort of them dropping the whole singles push that he was getting.
I think it's kind of a mistake. I was being intrigued by his matches. Because he does good wrestling. He's a good wrestler. And I think in the Jason Jordan, Chad Gable dynamic they had, I think Jason Jordan was stealing sort of all of the spotlight from Chad Gable.
I think he was getting over naturally with his wrestling.
Yeah.
And I think they've stopped that by putting him back in the tag team title scene. But hopefully some of that star power from Shelton Benjamin would rub off onto Chad Gable. Shinsuke versus the Sim Brothers in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Shinsuke won with the triangle hold, making one of the Singh brothers tap out. I'm sorry, I don't know their names. Right after the match, Jinder tries to attack Shinsuke, but Shinsuke ends up getting the upper hand and knocking him out with a Kinshasa.
Look, if it were just that easy during SummerSlam, we could have had a different outcome. We go back to Kevin Owens' search for a special referee, and of course we get Breezango offering their services, and by this point I was really excited. This, to me, it was like, oh, Breezango are coming back as special referees. They'll do zany and funny things. Nope.
And I think he's about to reconsider, but then Corbin comes up.
Oh yeah, fucking Corbin.
It says, hey.
Why?
If I'm your special guest referee and you get that title, I'll be the first one to get dibs in that match.
Why? It's, I don't know. It just seemed unnecessary. It would have been a special moment for me if Breezango would have been the special referees, but oh well. Although, no, never mind. Breezango would have done better.
So right after we have Natalya with Carmella in a tag team match against Becky and Naomi, and man, I mean the crowd is really hot for this match.
No.
Oh no, wait, they're just doing the wave.
Oh, this time it was a wave?
This time it was the wave.
Oh no.
The story here is that Natalya is trying to tag in Carmella, but Carmella won't tag in. She's planning on maybe cashing in after the match, and if she doesn't tag Natalya, Natalya would receive all the offense, and that would leave her vulnerable for a cash-in. But she kind of screws up when she's distracted by something for someone. I think James Ellsworth is dancing outside or something. And Natalya manages to tag her in, and Carmella ends up getting pinned by Naomi with her split-legged moonsault.
We need a feel-good moment.
Dolph Ziggler backstage. The interviewer says, Dolph, how does it feel to be back on SmackDown Live after a certain time of being off the air? And Dolph says, well, you know what, I've been off the air sort of watching Raw and SmackDown, and I've come to learn that there are certain things that you can do to get the appreciation from the crowd. He basically says, I need all these gimmicks to get over. I'm gonna come out with a rope, I'm gonna play the guitar, I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna rap, I'm gonna dance, I'm gonna have a lady manager, a good looking manager that glows in the dark, and he's basically listing all the gimmicks that are currently, that others are doing in WWE right now. And he says, you know what, I'm gonna do that all next week. And I really hope he delivers, Dolph. Corbin is trying to cut a similar deal with AJ that he did with Kevin Owens, and AJ says, you know, if I win, I have the open challenge. All you have to do to earn the title matches, answer the open challenge, and you're in. So this sort of evens the playing field in terms of, will Corbin side with Kevin, or will he side with AJ? Will there be some chicanery here going on in this refereeing? We go to the match, and there was some chicanery going on up until Shane McMahon comes out and he says, you know what, Corbin, you're out. I'm the special guest referee. Get the hell out of here, you motherfucker.
Actually, Corbin quits.
Yeah.
So that fell flat.
So he quits being the special guest referee, and Shane is now the guest referee. AJ goes for a phenomenal forearm and pins Kevin Owens in the middle of the ring. And that's how SmackDown ends, with a feel-good moment. AJ Styles still retaining that US Championship. Hopefully next week we get that open challenge.
And hopefully it won't be Baron Corbin.
I would like to see an AJ Styles and Bobby Roode feud. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And we'll see you next week when we talk about Raw and SmackDown again.
And again.
And again.
And again. Thank you.
Until we die.
Bye-bye. You can go.